Energy. I know y'all want us to win, so we need some winning energy here. You know what I'm saying? We can't have too much negativity going on.
Browns media is known to be a little bit on the negative side.
I will say this, like you just said, Browns media tends to be negative.
I think people have the perception that the Browns media tends to be negative.
Sure, they match what they're reporting on. This isn't a college town. This isn't Boulder. Your dad's not the head coach. Your dad, the coach, doesn't have the ability to ban media from covering the team because I said something negative, which happened. Deion, go look it up. Yeah, he has no power over that here. So it is different.
What is going on in Cleveland right now? Shedeur Sanders walked into that Browns minicamp on April 21st, smiled at the media, and said 6 words that broke the entire city. 6 words. The only thing we missing is y'all. That's it. That's all he said. He wasn't cursing anybody out. He wasn't calling anybody a liar. He wasn't throwing shade at the front office, calling out his teammates, or demanding a trade. Remember what happened at Colorado? Remember Sean Keeler, the Denver Post columnist who went to war with Coach Prime, calling him a false prophet, writing columns with language designed to embarrass and undermine, showing up to press conferences loaded with personal attacks disguised as football questions.
Sean Keeler, the Denver Post. Happy summer, my man.
You don't like us, man. Why do you do this to yourself?
Come on.
You don't like us.
Mark likes me, by the way.
Huh?
Mark said he likes me.
No,
so
but
that's
you
one.
don't. Why do you do this, though?
No, I'm sorry. Two-parter, if I could.
No, I'm serious. Why do you do this? Like, you know you don't. Like, why do you do this?
No, it's not about that. Football question. Football question.
Why do you do this? Like, it would be hard for me to really engage in someone I don't like or something I don't like. I'm just asking why. Like, why?
Gotta pay.
What did I do?
You didn't do anything. It's not about that. This is a football question.
I'm asking you why.
Yeah, you can answer that. It's
okay,
not
answer me. What?
Yeah.
Because you want me to answer you. So
yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fair.
Why?
Colorado issued a statement. They banned Keeler from asking questions at football events. Just like that. Credentials still in hand, but that man could not open his mouth and direct a question at Coach Prime. But what it means for Shedeur is that every journalist who walked into that minicamp with a negative agenda, he has to stand there and take it. He cannot pick up the phone and call his dad and have credentials pulled. He cannot post a video that flips the narrative in 24 hours.
Your dad, the coach, doesn't have the ability to ban media.
Yeah.
Deion did have the kind of a penchant for, I don't like what that guy said. He is no longer going to get a credential here. Imagine if you were in Boulder and it was a bunch of rah-rah, and rightfully so. It was awesome. It was an awesome story. They were a national story. Things are going south in a hurry.
And one reporter, right there in that room, tried to immediately deflect it into a football question like Shedeur was wasting everybody's time. Like a quarterback talking about building a winning culture is somehow off topic at a football press conference. That moment right there, that is exactly what Shedeur was talking about. That is the problem. Live, on camera, for the whole country to see. And they still didn't get it.
Be the best version of ourselves for y'all, you know? So I think it's a community thing. I think we all, like as a group, have to, because everybody's gonna have kids, everybody has that. You don't want your kids to be the side effects of, you know what I'm saying, what you done did in life, the negativity and all this different type of stuff. You don't want that. So let's approach even this, you know, like with a better attitude, like even coming from y'all also.
Shedeur Sanders is walking into the most dangerous quarterback situation in the NFL, heading into 2026 training camp. And I'm not talking about the competition, though we'll get to that. I'm talking about the narrative trap that has already been built around him. Because here's how this works in the media. You plant a seed. At the minicamp press conference, the seed got planted. Shedeur Sanders is worried about vibes. Shedeur Sanders wants the media to be nicer to him. Shedeur Sanders is asking for special treatment. Now that seed sits there, quiet, dormant, and the moment Shedeur has one bad week at training camp, one shaky preseason drive, one interception in a critical situation, that seed blooms. The columns write themselves.
I don't think there's anything to be negative about on day 1 in April.
Do you think he meant y'all as in the media, the assembled media, or y'all as the royal everyone out?
No, I think he meant the media.
The media. Yeah,
I think he meant the media.
It seemed pretty specific, I thought.
Well, I think that's losing sight of what the fuck.
I love it when we do this, and then us in the media.
How dare you? I love it.
I didn't see a lot of that yesterday.
I got a couple.
Got a couple texts. I decided to be quiet.
That is the trap. It has already been set, and some of these reporters set it consciously. Now add the competition on top of that. Deshaun Watson is healthy. I know people have written Watson off, and look, the man has missed significant time with 2 major surgeries. But he was taking first-team reps at minicamp, he was moving well, ball was coming out clean, and he has a $230 million contract that does not disappear quietly. Todd Monken himself said this is not a two-man race, meaning Dillon Gabriel is still a factor too. So Shedeur is competing for the starting job against a three-time Pro Bowler and a fellow 2025 draft pick, in a city where the media is already primed to question him, with the ghost of every failed Cleveland quarterback sitting in the press box watching. That is pressure, real pressure, the kind that breaks quarterbacks who don't have their mind right. And you know what the answer to all of it is? The only answer? Win, complete passes, protect the football, put points on the board, take care of the third downs. Because in Cleveland, as the film room said it perfectly, winning solves everything. You win games in Cleveland, they will build you a parade. You win games, and the same reporters writing about entitlement will be writing about your leadership and your growth and your maturity. Let me bring it home, and I'm going to say some things that some people are not going to want to hear. Cleveland Browns fans, y'all are passionate, genuinely, deeply, painfully passionate, and I respect that. The dedication this fan base shows to a franchise that has given them very little to celebrate over the last 20 years is something that deserves real acknowledgement. These people show up every season, every Sunday. They believe, even when the evidence says they shouldn't. But that belief has been buried under so many layers of disappointment that sometimes it comes out looking like it's opposite. And the media that covers Cleveland football, they reflect that city. They reflect that 20+ years of frustration. They reflect the wall that gets built around your heart when you've been burned enough times. And somewhere in there, negativity stopped being a reaction to bad football and became the default setting, the armor, the way to protect yourself from hoping too hard and getting hurt again. I get it. I really do. But here's what the tape from that minicamp room showed me that nobody else is talking about. When Shedeur said we need y'all to have a new vibe, one of the Cleveland media members in that room actually pushed back and said, I didn't see a lot of that negativity yesterday, as if day one of minicamp in April should already be neutral coverage, as if the baggage from everything that came before just evaporates when a new coach walks in. That's the disconnect. Shedeur is talking about an energy that has existed for months, for a year. Since the moment he was drafted, the slow drip of doubt, the preset verdict, the I don't want that kind of person on our team energy that certain voices in Cleveland and nationally brought to his story before he was even in the building. He wasn't complaining about day one coverage. He was addressing something that has been building since day one of his NFL life. And the fact that the media in that room heard his words and immediately got defensive, immediately asked, where am I on attack today, tells you that somewhere, deep down, they knew exactly what he was talking about. Now, here is the truth that makes all of this matter beyond a press conference clip. Quarterbacks feel their environment. The great ones filter it out and perform anyway, but even the great ones need something to fight for, not just something to fight against. Patrick Mahomes has an entire city of Kansas City behind him. Jalen Hurts has Philadelphia riding with him through everything. Even the young guys, the Cam Wards, the Fernando Mendozas, they at least have the benefit of the doubt as a foundation to build on. Shedeur Sanders is asking for that foundation. He's not asking for fake praise. He's not asking for reporters to lie. He's asking Cleveland to decide, consciously, deliberately, to invest in this quarterback before the receipts are fully in. Because here's the thing about investing in a quarterback's development. You either do it before you know the outcome, or you do it after, when everybody already knows and it doesn't cost you anything. That is not the statement of an entitled kid who doesn't know his place. That is the statement of a leader. His father's shield is gone. The Colorado armor doesn't work here. The credential bands and the social media armies, none of that travels to the NFL. What Shedeur Sanders has is belief, conviction, and a coaching staff that finally sees what he sees in himself. Cleveland, it's time to decide.